See, back then, we didn't have social media. We didn't have camera phones. You had to play in big games to be on TV. And if you wasn't at the game, you had to wait for the news at 9 to hear about what happened. I used to wear a Band-Aid on my nose every time it was a big game.
So Westinghouse is going downstate, and it's all because of one man, tiny Jimmy Sanders, number 14, who had a tremendous day for Westinghouse.
My mom taught me that, small size is not anything, but I'm growing up now. I hope I can go to the next level as a seed and hopefully get an education to go on.
And you're excited, I'm sure, about going downstate.
Yes, I am. 2 years ago, it was a good experience for me as a sophomore, but I was waiting for that day to get back. Now we're going back down. I just thank God.
He's an all-state player. He knows what he has to do in the game, and he stepped up in situations like this all year.
But that was more than offset by the Warriors' Jimmy Sanders. He bombed away for a game-high 24 points to take MVP honors.
I was in a groove from the beginning. I knew I had to keep shooting. Then everything was just falling. It was like I was in the zone. The rim got bigger and bigger.
All right, you're a big gun right now as a little point guard, 5'6", Jimmy Sanders. He comes in, a great player. How do you keep him under control and keep him going in a big ball game like this?
He's like having an assistant coach on the floor. He really knows what to do with the ball. He knows when to push it. He knows when to hold the ball back. He knows who the hot shooters are. He's just a real good all-around player, very intelligent out there. It makes a big difference.
Stater, who's proving a will to succeed is far more important than size. The pavilion early last night as the Warriors lay claim to the Public League crown and a trip downstate. A trip they would not be making if not for 5'6" Jimmy Sanders, the premier point guard in the state.
I'm on my way, I'm making it. I want to send a message out to people that's 5'7" under that you can play on a level. Height is nothing. Height is nothing. You need just skills and heart to play basketball.
You see Sanders in the halls at Westinghouse, and he quickly disappears. These legs belong to one of Chicago's shining stars. You'd never guess it. But any doubts disappear once the sneakers are laced up. Sanders is living a dream first born on a West Side playground when at the age of 12, nobody wanted Sanders on their team because, of course, he was too small.
Did that motivate you to improve your skills and work on your game?
Yes, it really did, because the playground was like down the street from my house. I went there every morning about 8:30 before everybody get on the floor, and I left about 9 at night when it's dark. I kept shooting and kept dribbling, and my skills improved day after day. I got to make it show, yeah.
Well, he is big time. We talked tonight with Taylor Bell, the czar of high school sports reporters, I believe, on the entire planet, and he tells me going back like 50 years, there has never been an all-stater in Illinois shorter than Jimmy Sanders at 5'6" tall.
He's still growing, though, isn't he?
Well, he may grow it. He's hoping. Believe me, he's hoping he grows.
We don't have to worry
a lot.
about him smoking or anything, because
No.
they're tricky.
There are a player or two in the NBA.
Oh, sure. There's Muggsy Bogues.
Let's start with Jimmy Sanders at Westinghouse. He's going to be one of the shorter players on the floor, but this guy can flat play the game, and he's causing a lot of Division I coaches a tough decision.
Well, I tell you what, if they don't jump on Jimmy Sanders, if he qualifies academically, a lot of Division I coaches will be making a big mistake. He's listed at 5'6". I don't know if he's that tall, maybe about 5'5". But this man can do so many things. He can score, he can penetrate, he can play defense. He's big time.
It's also a big weekend for high school basketball here in Chicago. Semifinal games in the Public League tournament this afternoon. And for more on that, let's go live to Brad Palmer at the UIC Pavilion. Westinghouse beat Carver handily in the first game this afternoon. Nick Irvin leading Carver with 18 points. He capped a 12-0 run with a three-pointer, giving Carver a brief 21-19 lead. But then Westinghouse got his transition game going. Marvell Hennigan stuffs a rebound home, putting the Warriors up by 4. He had 13 points. Jimmy Sanders with a tray at a game-high 21 points.
And Edmund Allen chipped in with 17 as Westinghouse won big, 70-48.
Jimmy, tell me about winning this game the way you guys did.
It was like from last year, it was a challenge. We lost to them twice, and we knew we had to get our revenge from last year. And I was sick, so I had to avenge myself on the court, and our team wanted to win so bad to go downstate.
Ronnie Fields is watching his Farragut team from a glass-enclosed booth. Nobody allowed near him. Freshman Anthony Johnson, Fields' replacement in the starting lineup with the Jam. He's having a big game, had 8 points in the first half. Michael Wright, who's in foul trouble, had 10 points in the first half. Wright's out with 4 fouls. And we've got 1:45 to go in the third quarter. Farragut clinging to a 3-point lead, 38-35. If Farragut does win and meets Westinghouse, it'll be the 4th time they've played this year. Westinghouse has won twice and lost the other time in overtime. Should be a great final. If Bowen wins, it'll be the 21st victory in a row.
Big win, Westinghouse over Carver, 70-48. And in the nightcap, Farragut takes care of Bowen. A fast break doesn't work out, but look out for the freshman Anthony Johnson, who was there to clean it up. And Farragut, with Ronnie Fields watching, moves on 60-47 the final, and the championship game tomorrow in the public league.
13 points for Westinghouse. Carver's led by Nick Irvin, though. Baseline drive is 2 of his 18 points. Westinghouse, though, with 37-31 lead at halftime. Westinghouse cruises in the second half. Jimmy Sanders hits the three-pointer. He ends up with 21, and Westinghouse wins 70-48.
The locker room coach said, tighten up, don't let up. And then that's what we did. We came out here, we pressed it, and we end up playing the championship tomorrow.
Final seconds, Anthony Johnson, the steal to Michael Wright for the Jam. Farragut rolls over Bowen, 60-47. In the other semifinal, Westinghouse forward Marvell Hennigan goes strong to the hole for the layup as the Admirals advance to tomorrow's championship game with a 70-48 win over Carver.
Farragut's been on a mission since Fields went down in the auto accident. The Admirals jump on Bowen early. Anthony Johnson on the inbounds, 13-9 Farragut after 1. They held the lead till the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Ortiz Glaze put Bowen ahead by 2. But Farragut comes off the deck. DeMarcus Johnson off the bounce here for 2 and a foul. And Farragut a winner with Ronnie watching, 60-47. Farragut will get Red West nemesis Westinghouse in the final tomorrow afternoon. Too much game for Carver in the other semi. David Stennis up and down there, 18-point lead in the 4th. The House, a well-balanced ball club that's beaten Farragut twice with Fields this season. Adrian Coffey checks in on the board. And great guard play with Jimmy Sanders and Edmund Allen finishing on the break. Westinghouse the winner, 70-48.
I know it's the Jimmy Sanders story, but Ronnie Fields is a part of the story. I love Ronnie like a brother, and I was upset he wasn't able to play in the city championship game. He was the show. He used to hate when I called him Baby Jordan. I had something special for y'all. Never before seen high school interviewer Ronnie Fields, or who I call Baby Jordan.
Dr. J, Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, Harold Miner, Sean Kemp, Isaiah Ryder. We watch them in awe as they've soared to new heights. But there's a new man in town, and his name is Ronnie Fields. Now, there are 8 baskets at Farragut High School gym, but Ronnie Fields has been banned from 6 of them. Only the 2 square backboards can handle the impact of his dunks, and they're tested often. So, do you try to dunk like Jordan or Sean Kemp, or who do you try to dunk like?
Well, I pretty much try to do my own dunks, but watching guys like that kind of helps you out.
Michael Jordan has been known to drive baseline and lean over a defender for a jam. And you can tell that Ronnie has watched and learned from maybe the greatest player of all time. But Ronnie doesn't like being compared to Air Jordan.
I never considered being the next Michael Jordan. I consider being one of the next best players, to ever play basketball. But I don't look at that aspect of being the next Michael Jordan.
Well, we collected some of Ronnie's best jams and sat down for a special screening. You're going to get the feed right here. So what are you thinking about going into the hoop right about there?
What I was thinking about was trying to tear the rim down. That was in mind when I went up there to get the ball.
Here comes a breakaway now at the windmill. Is this your signature dunk? Is it what you usually have in mind?
Yeah, majority of the time, to get a quick dunk off with a little style in it.
Ronnie's been dunking since the 7th grade, so when you watch him elevate, it's easy to forget that he's still in high school. But he likes his odds if he had the chance to participate in the NBA Slam Dunk Contest, and he would unveil a special jam.
My favorite dunk is the windmill 360. A couple guys may have saw before, but not too many.
Well, Ronnie gave us a special sneak preview of the 360, so listen, watch, and learn. Now that is the art of the dunk.
And certainly one of the things that will be discussed for a long time, no matter how this public league title game turns out, is what may have happened if Ronnie Fields would have played. He won't play today, but these two teams on the floor will determine who will be the public league champion for 1996. We're back from the UIC Pavilion after this.
The city championship game, 1996. All I can remember was, I'm finna go out here and put on a show. And faggot, I've been feasting off them all year long with Ronnie.
Ball comes out to Jimmy Sanders off the opening tip. Jerome has it again, inside for right. Turns and fires, that falls in the foul. Marvell Hennigan will take it to the hole, went by everybody, and then a tip of the foul by David Stennis. And of course, once again, the big difference between this game and those three, Ronnie Fields not available today. Driving the inside by Jimmy Sanders, and that's one of the reasons he's taking advantage of. Jamal Rome on the move, rebound, pulled down, and then thrown down the floor by Adrian Coffey. Here's Stennis finger over. The steal by DeMarcus Johnson. Sanders got it back. Decides to go to the baseline and put.
You notice Sanders put that shot up with his left hand.
And now Westinghouse looking to take back the lead. Sanders got a little room. He figures I'll take it because I can knock it in for a three. Westinghouse out on top by 2, Kenny.
You cannot get this young man an inch.
Westinghouse has the ball. They lead by 1. Sanders goes into the lane, dishes it off. Stennis couldn't finish. It was blocked as he went up. Ball loose on the floor. Picked up and took it back out. Allen gives to Sanders. He'll spot up. He made one from there before, make it 2 in a row.
Whoa! See right here? I didn't know if I wanted to do a windmill or jump from the free throw line, but I ended up doing this.
Jimmy Sanders out in front of everybody. He missed the layup, and then a traveling call on Kermit Ozier. He got the ball, tried to call timeout,
but he took a step first.
Tell you what, Kermit Ozier was the most surprised guy in the house besides Sanders, but Sanders missed that layup.
That's exactly what happened now. Sanders just misses it. I mean, no one near him. Let's see, hop, there's your travel.
Farragut with the ball, trying to cut into the lead. Great jumper by DeMarcus Johnson. Westinghouse's lead down to 1.
That was a tough shot because he ran out of room.
Now Westinghouse has a chance to see if they... DeMarcus Johnson goes back to Rome, and here comes the empty pass to the right, puts it on the floor, made a great move to get around David Stennis and finish it off.
Go call it to me.
DeMarcus Johnson, look at that move to the basket. David Stennis almost had his pass stolen away, turned into an opportunity to go to the bucket, count it, and Michael Wright is going to pick up the foul. Just played a better team basketball game, and that's been the way they've been able to win. Dump off on the baseline to Hennigan. Farragut has the lead of 1 point and a chance to add to it. 3:14 remaining here in the second quarter.
That's what you want to do.
Michael Wright, 3-point lead for the Admirals. Jimmy Sanders with the basketball. He will take a 3-pointer and got it. That's a quick way to tie it up. And then DeMarcus Johnson goes to the rack and gets the
shot. As Rozier goes in, and there's your chunk. We have an entire half of basketball to be played.
Down on the baseline, reverse layup,
and you don't want to foul. Well, now you try to find Jimmy Sanders.
Sanders is lining up near the low block.
I bet he cuts across to the basketball.
That's what he's trying to do. They wouldn't let him out. That's a 3.
Good to go, yeah.
It's good at the buzzer. Edmund Allen knocks down a 3, and what a comeback by Westinghouse in the final moments of the opening half. Westinghouse was down by 3, and Farragut had the ball. And yet they come out, they take the lead at the half, 28-26.
Well, this is a good shot. Jimmy Sanders tried to get loose. He couldn't get free. Edmund Allen was able to free himself up for the 3-pointer that
counts at the buzzer.
Edmund Allen had no points in the opening half until that three-pointer. Halftime at the UIC Pavilion, the Chicago Public League Championship game. The house leads by a pair. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the opening half, Kenny, and really the two stars of the game, Sanders and Wright, living up to their billing.
Well, yeah, you know, Jimmy Sanders is only 5'6", but he can do so many things, including hitting that three-point jumper. If you leave him open, you're asking for trouble because he can bury that. Michael Wright, the best sophomore, I think, in the state, definitely in the city of Chicago. If you get the ball to him down low, what I like about him, he has soft hands, a smooth touch, and great body control as he gets around David Stennis that time there. Jimmy Sanders, look at this, no one around him. You're asking for trouble. If you leave him like that, you're going to ask for trouble. He'll give it to you.
Jimmy Sanders ends up with 10 points in the opening half. Farragut trailing by 2 at the break.
See, y'all know Jimmy Sanders, but when it's time to turn it on, I turn it to Bootsy, that kid who loves basketball and wanted to win so much. I knew how I was going to dominate the second half. Speed, defense, and shooting. And I got my dogs with me.
Jump around the way by Johnson. Sanders came away with the rebound. Moves it up the floor. This is Allen Johnson. Now here's DeMarcus Johnson kicking it off. Rome puts it in. DeMarcus Johnson looking inside for Wright.
Let's see if they try to get it back down to Wright. Now he's not being double teamed, but Jimmy Sanders had another idea.
And somehow he got around Rome. Sanders puts it up. He was fouled.
How did he get around Rome?
DeMarcus Johnson committed the foul. That is his third. It was right in front of us, Kenny.
I don't believe he got around him.
Rome had him closed off.
Boy, is he quick. Let's take it from his field. Watch Jimmy Sanders. You're trying to get the ball down to Michael Wright. He swipes the ball with the left hand. Look at this. He stays in bounds. And he gets around Jerome. Rome goes down. He's fouled.
3 fouls each.
Just play it out. This is for the championship. You have to play it out, I guess.
That's a 4-point lead.
Sanders has hands everywhere. He's so quick.
Wright posted up on Stennis. Beautiful entry pass and an even better catch. Sanders working one-on-one. What a ball handling by Sanders. Long jumper, that's no good. Michael Wright couldn't get to the ball before Sanders does. Ran out of room.
Watch Jimmy Sanders. You talk about some hustle. This young man just is so quick. He gets to the ball faster than anyone else.
Raymond Johnson has the ball for Westinghouse. He's into the game for the first time. Sanders goes one-on-one. Tried to kick it out. Instead, it was picked up by Jamal Rome. What a great play by Jimmy Sanders.
Sanders. See, he'll lose the basketball. See the quick pass. Won't go. Then look at him right there. Oh, thank you very much. Lays it up and in.
Nichols Rome will tee it up. Didn't get a chance to run. Jimmy Sanders out in front of everybody.
Nobody can catch him.
He'll get the bucket, the foul. Marlon Jones got him from behind.
Well, I think you got to get Marlon Jones out of there and bring someone else in. If you're going to make mistakes like that, I mean, why? You can't catch him. So if you're going to foul him, you have to catch him and not let him lay it in. Here it is again now. If you're going to foul him, you don't let him get the basket up. And look at Jimmy. Little showtime. Okay. Let's dance.
There's Sanders on the left side of your screen.
And he'll come in, reach, gets the ball. And he picks it up, stumbles just a little bit. You're at 10, now go.
Sanders on the move. Goes to the baseline. Oh, look at this. Reverse shot. He put it up, didn't get it, but he was fouled.
Oh, with the left hand. Oh, Division I coaches, if you don't get this guy, I don't care how tall he is. Look at the screen. Now Sanders, Michael Wright showed a little bit that he would come out. He didn't come out. Baseline for Sanders, goes up with the left hand, and he's fouled.
Only the second foul on Wright, but the key thing about that foul, it's team foul number 6 on Farragut.
See, Wright stepped out for a second, showed that he would cut that baseline off, then he went back to cover his man. Sanders saw that, took advantage of it, went baseline. He's at the line now, shooting 2 free throws.
2 seconds left in the quarter. Maybe we get another buzzer beater. Ozier will load it up. Hit the top of the backboard. 3 quarters are gone in the Chicago Public League Championship game for 1996. Westinghouse, they led by a pair at the half. They lead by 5 at the end of 3. Marvell Hennigan dumps it off on the baseline, and Nichols gets the finish. Boy, what a great catch by Nichols. And Sanders will settle everything down.
That's the man you want to have the basketball, as he calls for play 1. Across the free throw line, and Sanders brings it back out.
Anthony Johnson with 4 fouls for Farragut will check back in on the next whistle. Sanders, a 3-pointer for a 10-point.
You left him alone. What are they doing? Why do you leave him alone?
Third 3-pointer of the game for Jimmy Sanders. With the ball, nearly taken away by Ozier. Sanders into the lane, he'll pop that.
And reset it, because you don't need a bucket. You need the...
I'll look at the Westinghouse warm-up. It says get paid, meaning that there are money players and it's time to go downstate.
Public League title. Well, they're going for their third Public League title. Point lead for the House, but Wright will shoot some free throws when we come back.
Gets it back and tips it in.
DeMarcus Johnson with 14. It's a 6-point game. And quickly, another foul. That one committed by Kermit Ozier.
See, he back down.
And again, looking to Sanders was going down, and he still caught the ball. Ozier needs to commit the foul because that's only the third an additional rebounder on the foul lane. Sanders at the line. He missed the front end of the last 1-and-1 he shot.
He just wished it.
He wished that one in.
But we're shooting in the bonus, so we have 2 free throws.
Frank's looking a little nervous there. So Jimmy Sanders just kind of pushed both those foul shots up there, but that one, Brett Nichols. Jimmy Sanders with the ball.
Now you just spread the floor.
Sanders being chased, not being fouled yet.
Chased, they can't catch him.
And now the foul will be pinned on Cedric Riley. 56 seconds remaining.
So they tried to get Jimmy Sanders with the basketball, they couldn't catch him.
Anthony Johnson and Cedric Riley come out. Check that, Cedric Riley's still in the game. So he's putting all his quicker players into the game. Michael Wright will stay in to play the post. Jimmy Sanders, 3 3-pointers in the game. And he's hit 3 key free throws down the stretch, so Jimmy Sanders is our player of the game from Westinghouse, 23 points in the game. And from Farragut, Michael Wright is our player of the game, 19 points in the post.
And what a job Frank has done. First year the head coach stepping in for Roy Condotti, who has been at Westinghouse for 20-some-odd years as an assistant and a head coach. And he did a great job, and there you see the Farragut bench.
And you got the impression from hearing the players talk that what's happened in the past in the Public League, where this was such a big game that there was almost a letdown at state sometimes, I don't think that's going to happen anymore.
No,
3-pointer is off by Riley. Ball goes out of bounds. The House will be in the house in Peoria next Friday. They are the Public League champions for 1996. Westinghouse on their way back to the state tournament after beating Farragut by a final score of 55-46. For Kenny McReynolds, I'm Jim Blaney. Thanks for joining us. The proceeding has been an exclusive presentation of Sports Channel.
Admirals versus Westinghouse for the Public League crown. Our Dan Jiggett's on the scene.
As Farragut and Westinghouse tipped off for the Public League title and the right to go downstate, the backdrop to the game was the appearance of the Admirals' Ronnie Fields, but he was not going to play. But 6'8" sophomore Michael Wright did, scoring 10 of Farragut's 26 first-half points. But Westinghouse had an answer in the body of 5'6" Jimmy Sanders, who poured in 10 for the Warriors. Then right before the break, with Westinghouse trailing 26-25, the Warriors' David Stennis cans the tray to put Westinghouse in front 28-26. Farragut is trailing at the half, but you have to wonder just how good they would be if they had the gentleman that's sitting in that booth behind me down on the floor for them. They would have been a lot better because they couldn't shoot effectively from outside. That allowed Westinghouse and Jimmy Sanders to put the pedal to the metal, and Farragut had no answer as the Warriors win the Public League title 55-46
and Jimmy Sanders is the MVP.
So Westinghouse is going downstate, and it's all because of one man, tiny Jimmy Sanders, number 14, who had a tremendous day for Westinghouse.
My mom taught me that, you know, small signings is not anything, but I'm growing up now. I hope I can go to the next level as a C and hopefully get an education to go on.
And you're excited, I'm sure, about going downstate.
Yes, I am. You know, 2 years ago, it was a good experience for me as a sophomore, but I was waiting for that day to get back. Now we're going back down. I just thank God.
He's an all-state player. He knows what he has to do in the game, and he stepped up in situations like this all year.
As for Farragut, they did more than most expected of them, and maybe that in itself is lesson enough.
My guys basically learned that they can still be a good ball club without the superstar players, as long as they take care of the fundamentals and they do what they asked to do.
And what Westinghouse has to do is get ready to go downstate for the championship. Dan Jiggets for the final word.
Fields. Tonight, the Admirals came up short in the championship game against Westinghouse. Brad Palmer reports.
Farragut had to fight for everything it got against the tough zone defense of Westinghouse. Michael Wright led the Admirals with 19 points, but that was more than offset by the Warriors' Jimmy Sanders. He bombed away for a game-high 24 points to take MVP honors.
I was in the groove from the beginning. I knew I had to keep shooting. Then everything was just falling. It was like I was in the zone. The rim got bigger and bigger.
A buzzer beater by David Stennis gave Westinghouse a 28-26 halftime lead. Ronnie Fields tried to inspire his team during the intermission, but Farragut was only able to muster a brief 1-point lead in the second half. Jimmy Sanders put Westinghouse ahead for good with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. And the Warriors went on to win it 55-46 for their second public league title in 3 years.
It feels good to be able to represent, Chicago, Westinghouse. It's going to be a challenge this year because it's in Peoria, not Champaign.
That was one of our goals. We wanted to try to be the first Chicago team to represent the Chicago Public League in Peoria.
Following the game, Ronnie Fields made a hasty exit, leaving it to Coach William Nelson to ponder his future.
I definitely expect to make a full recovery and be playing basketball for somebody next year.
Westinghouse was responsible for 3 of the 4 losses by Farragut. The Warriors now go down to Peoria to play the winner of the DeKalb Super Sectional, either Hoffman Estates or West Aurora. From the pavilion.
Fields, number 23, always present on the Farragut bench. The Admirals gave it their all. Michael Wright goes to work. Tough layup inside. Farragut had the lead at that point. The Westinghouse wore them down. Their flashy point guard, Jimmy Sanders, throws the ball away, then takes it back, and Jimmy will score. Westinghouse wins the city. Final 55-46. They're going downstate.
Everybody practicing every day, morning practice, afternoon, every day. Everybody there. He came out as a team, playing as a team, and we won a city championship.
So with the Admirals in spirit, they could have used his scoring today. Jamal Rome does get the putback in the early going for the Admirals, but you can sense the tide turning in favor of the Warriors at the end of the half. Edmund Allen lets the last second shot fly, and it's good to beat the buzzer and give Westinghouse a 2-point lead at the break. Second half, Rome misses everything, but the Warriors are there to get the rebound, and Jimmy Sanders converts it into the hoop and harm. Westinghouse prevails to win the Public League championship as Ronnie Fields' Farragut team is ousted.
Rivals Farragut and Westinghouse playing for a trip downstate. Playing for the 4th time this year, but for the first time with no Ronnie Fields, it made a big difference. Late first half, Adrian Coffey on the board there, and after the missed free throw, it's Edmund Allen for 3, off balance, but he got it. Westinghouse into a 2-point halftime lead. The House got the lead for good late in the third quarter. All-Stater Jimmy Sanders swiped it right here, dropped it in, 34-33. Farragut had trouble scoring today. Westinghouse on the break here. It's Jimmy Sanders again, and the House headed to Peoria for the finals.